A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. So students, we are through with unit number 1. Then we had that old brown horse, we discussed that. Then we discussed unit number 3. It was about a polar explorer, and now it's turn to discuss the poem. The name is the poem, and it's written by Ame Lowell. Ame Lowell was an American poet of great accomplishment. She wrote essays, translated the work, and wrote literary biographies, including one about John Keats, the poet. Her work is full of imagery, so she is known as an imagist poet. Her book, What's O'Clock, was awarded the Puzzler Prize in 1926. I think this is that annual prize given by the government of America. It was also given to the Robert Frost. Robert Frost is in class 5th, one of the poem. So the name is the poem. It's just a poem. Now let's see what is she saying. It is only a little twig with the green bud at the end, but if you plant it and water it and set it where the sun will be above it, it will grow into a tall bush with many flowers and leaves which thrust hither and thither, sparkling. Now, this is a very small, cute, innocent type of a poem written about the twig. Twig is a very small piece of a plant. You can see that we usually plant them in the ground so that it can grow into a huge plant or a big plant. So the poet is saying that it is only a little twig. She's like, if you can imagine, you can say that it's a little twig with the green bud at the end. At one point it is green and the other is to dip in the ground, in the mud, so that it can grow well, the root part, and the other part is green. It says, but if you plant it and water it and set it where the sun will be above it. Now, the poet Ame says that if you look at it, it is just a small twig. And if you plant it, its one end is green, which means that it has the capacity to grow. So if you grow it in a place where it is directly under the sunlight, it will grow into a tall bush. It will convert into a proper tree. Then it says, with many flowers, with leaves which thrust hither thither, sparkling. Over here, you can also, like these things are applied on human being as well. The poet is actually talking about the twig of the plant, that small piece of the plant. But it can also be taken into, if you look at in a large or the other side of the picture, it means that if a person is small, if he's baby, and proper care is given, all the needs are provided to it, that person will grow and will grow in a very organized manner, and his personality will develop. All the good things will be part of his personality. Same is the case with the plant, that the poet says that it is just a twig, a small piece. But if you plant it in a proper place, if you take care of it, if you provide proper sunlight and water it, it will slowly and gradually start growing, and it will have flowers, and it will have leaves, and it will be sparkling, and it will make noise, and it will look very fresh. So the poetess over here is actually telling us that if we provide all the important and necessary things to a person or to animal or a plant, it will grow, it will give its best, it will provide, or you will feel that if it is properly tackled, if it is provided with all the requirements, it will come up with something very fresh. When you look at it, you will be happy. We human beings, if we raise our kids and we are taking care of them, of their food, of their clothing, of their manners, how to behave, how to move in the society, and when the parent look at that child that he know how to take care of himself, it makes you feel very good, it makes you feel proud. Same is the case if you are a gardener and you are taking care of that garden and those plants, and you see that your efforts are working and now it is growing and it has turned into a bush and a proper tree. It gives you that satisfaction because all the effort you have done, now you see the result in it, and when you see the result and the result is good, it gives you that satisfaction. It says from its root will come freshness, and beneath in the grass blades will bend and recover themselves and clash one upon another in the blowing wind. Now over here in the second stanza, the poetess is explaining that once the tree is grown, and when you see that there are grass under it, and when it gets winds, it crashes with each other, it makes sounds and movement, and in the sunlight it gives green and fresh look. You must have noticed greenery gives a freshness to you. You feel good when you see the color green. So it says that when in the blowing wind you see that the tree is moving and all the flowers and leaves are there and it gives that fresh look, it gives you a satisfaction deep inside that your efforts is this is what you wanted to see. Same is the case with the human beings, with the animals. If you love the animal, they show their love in their own way and you can feel it. Same is the human. If you take care of it, if you provide the things which they need, and then you see the outcome that a young grown-up person who is at some level, at a very successful life, leading a successful life, and you see their achievement, it makes you feel good. It is your effort that you see over there. So this is what the poet is saying, that if you do something in a good way, or your intentions are good, when you see the result, you will be happy about it. But if you take my twig and throw it into a closet with the mousetrap and blunt tools, it will shrivel and waste, and someday when you open the door, you will think it an old twisted nail and sweep into the dustbin with the other rubbish. Here the poetess says that if you take care of it, you will one day get the result. But if you just waste it, if you just throw it in the dustbin or any storeroom or somewhere with mouse traps and all those extra things which we keep in the storerooms, it will shrivel, it will get dry, and it will get wasted. And someday when you open the store, and that twig will be lying there on the floor, and when it is dead, when it is finished, it will be turned and twisted as if it is a nail or something like that, and you will just pick it up and put it in the dustbin, and you will just finish its life, and it will be there in the rubbish lying. The poetess is giving a very simple message, and that is, if proper time, things, needs, necessity, all these things are provided, a person, a plant, you will see it growing and flourishing, and its success and its freshness and all the things which will benefit the environment, which will benefit other people. But if you don't give them proper time, if you don't value them, if you don't take care of them, Even if it is a person, they will slowly and gradually get alone, they will get separate from the world, and they'll stay away from everything. And if it is a plant and you just ignore it and you don't water it and you don't take care of it, one day it will get dry and nobody will even notice it. So this is what the whole poem is about. It's very simple. I hope I've cleared it to you, and if there is anything you don't understand, please comment. Thank you so much.